What if death was never the end? What if there were people, thousands of years ago, who discovered how to stop it? They had no machines, no science, no modern tools, yet their bodies still remain, perfectly preserved after 3,000 years. Who were they? And how did they cheat time itself? This is the lost secret the pharaohs took to their graves. When archaeologists first entered the royal tombs, they expected to find skeletons. But what they found instead were faces, lips, skin, eyes, still there, unchanged after more than 3,000 years. It was as if death had been defeated. The process was called mummification, but for the ancient Egyptians it was far more than just preservation. They believed the body was the vessel of the soul, and to live forever in the afterlife, the body had to remain whole. So the priests of Anubis, the god of the dead, performed a sacred ritual. Each step was a journey between life and eternity. First, they washed the body in the waters of the Nile. Then, using a hook tool, they removed the brain through the nose. The organs were carefully taken out, each placed inside a jar guarded by a god. Only the heart was left untouched, for it was believed to be the seat of the soul. The body was then covered in desert salt, natron, for 40 days. Every drop of moisture was drawn out. The skin tightened. The scent of oils filled the air. Resins, perfumes, and sacred ointments sealed the flesh. Finally, layer by layer, they wrapped the body in linen, over 200 meters of cloth. It was not just a burial, it was a transformation. But here's what science can't explain, even today. The ingredients they used worked with a precision modern chemistry still can't match. Some materials came from thousands of miles away, from trees that no longer exist. Others were never identified at all. One mixture, found only in the tomb of a high priest, contained elements that don't occur naturally in Egypt. Was it trade, alchemy, or something even stranger? Modern scientists tried to replicate it. They failed. Each attempt resulted in decay, in rot, in failure. The ancient Egyptians didn't just preserve flesh. They preserved time itself. But there was something more. A spiritual code buried within the process. For every cut, every word spoken was a prayer. Every wrapping of linen a symbol. They believed the soul would recognize its own body when it returned from the underworld. And for that to happen, the body had to be perfect. Thousands of years later, we're still uncovering the secrets buried with them. We call it science. They called it eternity. Perhaps they knew something we're still trying to understand. Because to the pharaohs, death wasn't the end. It was a doorway. And maybe, just maybe, they found a way to keep it open. If you're fascinated by the dark, the mysterious, and the forgotten truths of history, subscribe and join us next time as we uncover what else the ancients left behind.